Blog Talk Radio.
The East is where we're from, the 12 tribes of Israel. In 721 BC, the Assyrian king, he took us down, we fell. With a great escape we went to the Euphrates. The Lord held the water still, to a land where no mankind dwelt. We went, the 12 tribes of Israel. We be Manasseh, the Cubans, Ephraim from Puerto Rico, and Valley from the Isles of Hawaii. The Lord is calling back Israel. Zebulon from Panama, Gad, the North American Indians, Simeon, the Dominican. Our highest gathering is Israel. The Arabs and Africans told us, I got a point. Together our wives and children sold us. The Haitians, Manasseh, the Cubans, Ephraim from Puerto Rico, and Valley from the Isles of Hawaii. The Lord is calling back Israel. Zebulon from Panama, Gad, the North American Indians, Simeon, the Dominican. Our highest gathering is Israel. Okay, can you hear me nice and clear? Hello? All right. All right, let me start this from the beginning. I apologize. Brothers and sisters, I'm doing this live from a computer this evening, so I'm having a little difficulty, but I think I have it now, okay? My name is Brother and Priest Prakash Yar from the Gathering of Christ Church, okay? And I'm here this evening to talk about the H1N1 virus, okay? I thank the Most High for allowing us to have breath and the opportunity to, to bring forth more understanding and prophecy in the last days. And I just want to say that we're not putting this out there to scare, but for our brothers and sisters to prepare. In the last days, America is planning what we would call, and I would not say just America, it's just the satanic world and the satanic governments in this earth are planning what we call a human euthanization, all right? Now, what I'm going to do, because I'm doing this from a computer, I'm going to make a test call just to make sure. I'm going to pull someone in just to make sure you all can hear me clearly. And if you all cannot hear me clear, then I'll just go to a different phone. But I want to make sure you hear us clear this evening, because what we have is very important information that you all need to know. Okay, so I'm going to pull in someone just to make sure you can hear me clearly, because I am doing this from a computer. And I want to make sure this information get out clear tonight. So I'm going to pull someone in. I hope you can hear me from the 316 area code, just to make sure, I'm coming across through the nation or through the world clearly. We have someone from the 316 area code. Okay, this is Rakash Yar from the Gathering of Christ Church. I just pulled someone in from the 316 area code. Can you hear me clear there?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so you're listening through the phone and there's no breakups. Everything is clear, correct?
No, brother, you're good.
Okay, thank you. You're in the 316 area code. What is your name since I have you on?
My name is Tamara.
Oh, how you doing, Sister Tamara?
I'm doing fine.
Okay, that's great. Do you have any questions before I go into the show, or you just want me to hold and pull you in a little later?
I'm just listening.
Okay, sister, so I'll put you on hold, and I'll just go into the show, okay?
All righty.
Thank you. Hold for 1 second. Okay. I want to start this with a scripture to show you how they've prepared us to deal with what I would call human euthanizations. Now, when you hear the word euthanizations, you tend to think about the what you would call the population control when it comes to animals. Okay, they say that they do this for the sake that euthanization is needed in our society, based on the fact that there's many animals without a home, they're not cared for, or they always put a number, or this system put a number on how many animals should exist in our society. Now I'm going to show you how that carries over to our side, just from a scientific angle, and then we're going to get into the scriptures. I'm going to show you something here. This government, which is evil and wicked, tests what they're going to do to humans through animals first. And we don't realize that whatever they do to animals, which is also the Most High's creation, carries over to what they'll eventually do to us. So what I'm saying in a nutshell, we tend to let things go when it comes to the Most High creation if it doesn't affect us personally. Not understanding that if we are allowed to let these things happen to all of God's creation, animals, who's to say that you could be next? I mean, think about this. They even tell you when it comes to serial killers that
they recognize a pattern of serial killers that can eventually kill people by their drawings and how their art and what they do at a young age when it comes to blood and killing. And usually serial killers grow up killing animals. They get used to killing life or seeing life leave the animal, and they get addicted to that spirit, and eventually they carry on and start killing people. Now, I'm saying this because even in science, these animals are treated wickedly. I mean, I've seen one mouse running around with an ear on their back saying that we're glad that we're breaking forth this type of technology so that we can use these parts for humans in the future. But what about that creature? What about that mice that's running around with a human ear on their back? That's just one of many things. All the pharmaceutical companies that are testing their drugs, they usually start with animals. And eventually the people take the same drugs they tested on animals. All right? When it comes to the RFID chip, you thought that technology was strictly to find your animal if your animal get lost. They tested that on animals within the last 15 years. And now they're moving the same RFID into humans. So if you look at the pattern here, it's only ironic that we're in a time now where we can have human euthanizations, and everyone would think that, well, people would think that, well, it's okay because, you know, the same excuse they used for animals, now they use it for people. Overpopulation. Same exact thing. I spoke to a brother yesterday, and may the Most High bless his soul. His name is Soldier. We call him Soldier. And, you know, he's down, well, he's up in his spirit right now, but he's down on his luck a little bit. And he was in Nevada, and he was amongst some homeless people that were placed in this underground shelter. And he got out of there, but he found out, he seen graves over there, and he found out that they were actually putting human beings, which are the homeless, they're putting them to sleep secretly in this little area without telling people. So they're already starting the population control, starting with the homeless. All these things are happening within our society. Why? Because this society have no respect for God's creation. And eventually it's going to lead to them trying to come against the sons of the Most High, or the children of Israel. That's what this H1N1 euthanization is all about. We're not even going to call it a vaccine. It's a euthanization, okay? They know exactly what's in these vaccines, because you don't roll out a regular vaccine with the military. Why is it you need the military to force on people what's good for them? If it's good for them, you don't need the military. But why? They know that there will be great pushback with this particular vaccine, because this vaccine has been tested. It kills, it suffocates, it destroys, okay? I mean, there's nothing good in this vaccine at all, okay? Not in one test, since they have been pushing vaccinations, have it shown that one vaccination staved off any disease. Let me read this scripture in Romans 8:19. It reads, "For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God." I'm going to repeat that. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God. I love that precept. You know what that precept is saying? That even the creatures, the animals, are waiting for you, brothers and sisters, the children of Israel, to stand up as the sons of God. Creation begs your return. Why? Because since the sons of God, which are the children of Israel, have fell from their place, the whole earth suffers. The whole earth is suffering now. The creatures are being treated like nothing. The animals are being tested for nothing. Okay? The air we breathe, the clouds are suffering. Even this earth is suffering. The earth cannot bring forth its fruit. Why? Because the sons of God are in prison. The Bible tells us when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. But when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Because the sons of God are suffering and have no idea who they are and their purpose, the whole earth is out of course. And some people might ask, well, what difference does it make who you it doesn't make a difference who you are. It does make a difference. The whole earth is suffering because the sons of God will not step into their position and receive their authority to place this earth back in order. Okay? Now, before I get off the beaten path, let me get back to the H1N1 utilizations. Okay? Let's examine this for a second. Now, this is on your news circulars. Okay, they've already put on the books through law. Now, see, a lot of you need to turn away from Desperate Housewives or whatever you're looking at on TV sometimes and focus on what's going on in this earth. Focus. Turn on C-SPAN sometimes. Check out what's going on in C-SPAN. Not too long ago, Congress just passed a law that will charge you $1,000 per day if you refuse the vaccine. Now, mind you, there's no proof that you are a threat to anyone, but because you oppose this vaccine, which is your right, okay, you don't need to volunteer to get yourself shot with a lethal weapon. That's like allowing someone to put a gun to your head and pull the trigger. Okay, you're going to charge me $1,000 a day because I won't allow you to help me commit suicide. How ridiculous is that? So now here it is. You are a healthy person because you refuse a vaccine that Barack Obama told you was voluntary. They can place you in what they call quarantine. Now, this is not jail. It's just quarantine. Now, they're going to quarantine you in the same concentration camps the government said didn't exist 10 years ago. They can quarantine you for $1,000 per day fine. Now, mind you, who have $30,000 in this economy? Who has $30,000 and you can be jailed? You can be jailed up to 30 days. That means you will check in like a Roach Motel and you will never check out. That's $30,000. Who have $30,000? And mind you, what can they do to you while you're quarantined? This is what they can do to you. They control the media. They can tell people anything they want. They can tell you that you were quarantined because you did have the virus. And because you are a healthy body, even though you don't want to go with the protocol, they can use your body for organ harvesting and tell the people that you just died of the flu vaccine. Now, this is some serious business, folks. This is your government planning to quarantine you while they rolling Barack Obama out with a health care plan, a socialized health care plan during the same period, same time of a flu pandemic. You think that's a coincidence? In the chip itself, in the Biochip, which is the microchip which they will roll out, has a mechanism that connects to your bloodstream to tell the government if you have not only the H1N1, but any other threatening disease for that reason. So now they're going to use the chip as a pretext to say, listen, now that we have control over this disease and we've accomplished this, now in order to put people back into population, they must get chipped. Now they're bringing forth the mark of the beast written of in Revelation, the 13th chapter. Brothers and sisters, we are at the cusp of one of the greatest prophecies in the earth. When you read Revelations, the 18th chapter, I'm going there now. And we've been saying this for the last 3-4 years. The Lord had us about the last 3 years strong on this scripture, telling the people to come out of her, that Christ is not going to come back to Babylon. This place will be destroyed another way. Christ is going to come throughout the four corners, but this place will be destroyed another way. He will not meet Babylon as a man. So we've been trumpeting this scripture for the longest. We've been getting pushed back. People have been saying we're crazy. But listen, you better trust the Most High before you trust this government. This will not be the first time in our history, folks, that the government planned a mass destruction of the children of Israel. Read your history. Even in ancient Egypt. Even in ancient Egypt, their top sorcerers in Egypt understood that children would be born that would one day take down Egypt. They wanted to kill Moses. Moses escaped the mass slaughter of the children of Israel. They did everything to stop that spirit from coming through. Why? Once that spirit was born, it was just a matter of time before Egypt would fall. Not just with Moses, who was an Israelite. Yeshua, Jesus Christ, whom you call Jesus Christ, was an Israelite. Okay, and the wise men seen his star in the east and were afraid that the Savior would come through the earth that would one day free the children of Israel. They killed every child 2 years back. Destruction and death to the children that would one day free the children of Israel. Because they was afraid of that child. He came through. And through that, the disciples came through and brought a gospel and an understanding in this earth that would spread the Holy Spirit throughout the four corners of the earth, knowing that the Most High would spread his people throughout the four corners of the earth. Now in the last days, they understand that 144,000 would come through the same way Moses came through, the same way Yeshua came through. And they've been using euthanasia, they've been using eugenics, they've been using birth control, they've been using everything they can in our society to stop that 144,000. But yet they've been born through this society. They've been born here. And because they can't control it, it's too many. They have no recourse but to do a mass euthanization, to kill off and stave off the chosen, the elect. So it's not population control, folks. It's Israelite control. This is Israelite control. So the Most High is telling us to come out of her. Yes, this will go throughout the four corners of the earth, but Christ says, when they persecute you in one city, flee into the next city. We understand that Babylon is a testing ground for what they're going to do throughout the four corners of the earth. And the Bible tells us in 2 Baruch, it tells us that the only safe place will be in the land, in that land. And we know exactly where that region is. We know exactly where the Most High told us to be. So even though we're moving into certain areas in the east, we know that we're just passing through. We're going to follow that voice. In Revelation, the 18th chapter, it reads, "And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven having great power. And the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." And you know what? I looked up that word plagues. And brothers and sisters, it's ironic that the same prophet or disciple that wrote in Revelation 13th chapter about the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, also lets us know that at the end times, in the same place that the Lord is telling us to leave, that there will be plagues. Okay? Now, we understand that plagues are diseases. So we must leave also and come out of her to escape the plague of the H1N1. It cannot be denied, folks. I mean, this is government-sponsored utilization of human beings. There's no way you're going to be able to escape this. All the people that are claiming that Christ is going to save you through this, how can Christ save you through this if the virus kills you? Think about it. We're not saying this to scare you. It's fact. If you don't believe no scriptures, you can go online, go to YouTube, or type in side effects of the H1N1 virus, and you tell me what's the end result and what the government is pushing, and what is your end result if you refuse. And I also seen on YouTube the other day how the military is actually preparing for mass riots against them. What happens when your child gets this and your children are dying right before you? These mass graves they have digged all over the place. The 500,000 coffins they have waiting in Georgia. The tombs they have waiting in California and in Arizona, brothers and sisters. What happens when you find out that the same government you believed in, that you thought couldn't do anything against you, does something as hideous as destroy its own citizens? And don't say a government cannot do it, folks. This is the same government that dragged a lot of you over here on cargo slave ships. There was mass graves for North American Indians. This is the same government that financed the conquistadors, the Baliqua Taino Indians, which are Ephraim, to be destroyed by the conquistadors. They was down to 1 million man-child. Know your history, or you're doomed to repeat it. We're putting this out there because soon our voice will be silenced. And I'm telling you now, soon our voice, brothers and sisters, will be silenced. It's the truth. The Most High put a spirit on us where we understand this thing is over, and our days of prophesying here in America is almost at an end. There will be no internet soon. There will be no blog talk radio soon, brothers and sisters. There will be no YouTube. Brothers and sisters, we're putting it out there because we love you. Okay? Follow the voice. We have limited time. When it talks about these plagues, when you read the 8th and 9th verse, it says, Revelations 18:8 and 9, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power, or God, who judgeth her. Now, I want you to think about this, because a little after the plagues hit, there will be mourning and all types of sentiments against Babylon, which is America, all over the earth. That's when the 10 horns, which are Europe, are going to pull all its backing from the United States as an opportunity to come in league with all the countries that are against America. And eventually, the bombs will launch. Now, you have to realize that this government is a moving government now. You can govern from any place. This is a one world order. Right now, Satan do not need this country. It's the one world order now. The democracy has spread outside of this country. And that's the reason your Senate, your Congress, all your elected officials have now got dual citizenships. It's down to your local officials have purchased homes outside of the United States. That's common sense in a bad economy. But how can you trust an elected official that have status or what you would call citizenship in another country? You voted them in to protect you and to guide you in this country. Wake up. You have doctors. You have elected officials. You have all types of high government officials saying that they would never take this particular vaccine. This is Israelite control. That's what this plague is. Israelite control. It's no different than the nations coming up against the children of Israel, trying to kill them in ancient Rome. There's no different than when they killed us in Egypt. It's the same exact thing. In 70 AD, they built a cavern, which is a wall, around Jerusalem. And those that didn't take heed to the prophecy and didn't flee into the mountains and hide amongst the Africans were slaughtered in Masada. If you don't believe that, look up Masada in your Josephus or type in the slaughter or the siege of Masada in Google. It's Masada. The Romans lied and said that they were coming into the country to actually protect us from some internal destruction because there was a coup that was thinking about overthrowing Rome, which is a bold-faced lie. They used that to have the first Roman occupation within Jerusalem in 70 AD. Those that heard the voice, understood the high military occupation in Rome, fled into Africa from the face of the serpent. Those that didn't take heed and thought that God would be with them without following the truth of Christ were slaughtered. Learn your history, folks. This is not population control. This is Israelite control. The Most High have raised us in these days to tell you what's going on. And whether you listen or not, you will see this unfold before your eyes because we're in the time of the coming of our Lord. We're here, brothers and sisters. And you know what? There's no other place we'd rather be. Prophets and teachers have longed to see this day. I thank the Most High that we're here. And you know what? There's no fear. If you follow the Most High, you believe in Christ. You lay down your sins, follow Christ, and you know what? If you were meant to fight in this struggle through persecution, the Most High is going to guide you all the way through, but you better follow that voice. All right. I'm going to open it up for you, brothers and sisters. We have someone from the 210 area code. Let's start it off here. Okay.
Hello?
This is Rakash. Yes, this is Rakash Shah from the Gathering of Christ. How are you doing this evening?
What's going on, brother? It's Brother Ariagabar.
Ariagabar, how are you?
I'm good, man. Just in the hospital with my wife listening online.
Is she okay?
Yeah, she doing okay, man. We ready to get up out of this Catholic, hospital. It's bad spirits. And my car got broken into while I was here. They got Jesus statues and Mary statues all over this place.
Okay, well, I'll make sure we say a prayer for you. You want to say anything to the brothers and sisters before we put you on hold? Because I know you're listening through the phone.
No, I just want to say, everybody support, Most High's prophecies, and I love everybody in the truth, and, bless everybody, and that's pretty much it.
Well, brother, we'll be sure to put out a prayer for you and your wife, and brother, we'll soon see Zion. We're going to be out of here very soon, brother.
For sure.
So I'm going to place you on hold, okay?
All right, shalom, brother.
Shalom, bless you. Okay, let's see. I'm going back to the 316 area code and see if she want to come in. How you doing, Tamara? You have anything to say, or are you just listening right now? Sister Tamara, you with me? Oh, no, we have someone from the 678 area code. How are you doing this evening?
Hey, this is Elder Clark from Georgia. I'm doing fine, man.
How you doing, brother? Elder Vernus?
Vernell.
Vernell? How are you doing,
Georgia,
brother?
Atlanta, Georgia. I'm doing well. I'm continuing to
Do
prepare.
you have anything?
No more than just take heed to the small voice that's given us his instructions and to obey.
Okay, brother. Were you listening through the phone or through the computer this evening?
Through the phone.
Okay. Are we clear out there for you all?
Yes, very clear. Very clear.
Okay, brother. Well, I'm going to leave you on because I know you're listening, brother, and we love you, and I'm going to see you soon.
Okay. To you and the family, much love and much appreciation for all the work you're doing.
Thank you, brother. Bless you.
Shalom.
Shalom. That's Brother Vernell. What a beautiful brother. Okay. Let me see, Sister Tamara, if she's still with me here. Let's see. Let's see here. I'm going down. Okay, this is Ricard Sharp from the Gathering of Christ. We have someone from the 316 area code. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing fine.
Okay, your name?
My name is Levon.
How you doing, Sister Levon?
Oh, I'm doing fine.
Okay, do you have something to say, or you have any questions?
No, I was just calling to listen in.
Okay. What is your take on this H1N1 thing going down here right now?
I really don't know what to say, because I don't know if me and my kids will be out of here in time, and I know I want to refuse because I don't want to get the vaccination. So I don't know what we're going to do.
You don't know what you're going to do. What do you want to do? That's the question.
Well, I want to get out of here, of course, but I don't want to go through all of these man-made problems and situations here that's going to take place. I want to be somewhere else instead of here.
And what state are you in again?
I'm in Wichita, Kansas.
In Kansas.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, have you spoken with any brothers in that area? Have you been connected with the church, right?
Yes, but I have lost touch, so I'm just now getting back in. I couldn't really check in like I wanted to. I was going through some problems and some things, so.
Well, sister, we all are going through something, but I'll tell you this. I'm going to say a prayer for you, and that the Most High bless you and your family, and I'm going to get a brother to call you, okay? And we'll deal with it, sister, because, you know, you're not alone. And I'm glad that you're sticking in there, and, you know, we your brother, sister, so just strengthen up. Do you have a husband, sister?
No.
Okay. Well, just strengthen up. You know, the Lord tells us that we have to look out for the widows and the fatherless. How many children do you have?
I have 2 boys.
Okay, 2 strong boys, and we're going to need those boys, believe me.
Yeah.
The Most High can use some strong young men. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to have a brother call you soon. And you just stay strong. Are you listening through the computer or the telephone?
I'm listening through the telephone.
Okay. Well, sister, listen, we your brother, so I'm going to have someone call you, and you have my word on that. Someone will call you by tomorrow. All right?
All right, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Shalom.
I'm going to place you on hold, and Shalom. I'm going to take you to the next call, okay?
All right.
All right, Shalom. All right.
Shalom.
Okay. Okay, we have someone from the 270 area code. Let's see here.
Shalom.
Okay, this is Shalom. This is Ricard Shaw from the Gathering of Christ. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good. This is Sister Garner.
Sister who?
Garner.
Sister Garner, talk to me.
Yes. I just wanted to say that, you know, I just praise the Most High for you brothers for going around and teaching this word and just warning folks, because it takes all of us to warn everybody. We love everybody, and we just want to try our best to tell the world, watch out, because Obama is really deceitful. He's really deceiving the people.
And
but
why
they
do you
love
say
him
that?
so much. Because, I mean, my family, I've talked to a lot of people, and they just can't get off of it. They believe him.
I'm saying, but you made a serious a point by saying that he's deceiving the people. What have you seen to come to that conclusion? It's not like I disagree, but I want to see what have you observed to know that's fact.
Just all of his speeches. I mean, he tries to. I don't know. I just have this feeling, and also proof. I mean, it's all types of stuff he's lied about. One minute he'll say something, then the next minute it just changes, and you're like, huh? He just said that he was going to do this, and then the next minute it's the total opposite. But he covers it up by doing something good, like
and that's
reading.
amazing. And sister, that's amazing that you made such an observation. And I mean, anyone that's dealing with exactly anyone that's dealing with any level of common sense would understand that. I mean, for this guy to stand up with a straight face last week and tell everyone that he's spoken to the doctors and they have rolled out a safe vaccine. A week after, on the news, they tell everyone that they have to vaccinate a minimum of 1 million people to know if the vaccine works, to know if it's safe. They don't have the right statistic to know if it's safe. So if they vaccine 1 million people, they can get a number of how many people suffered out of the million to know it's safe. So the news say one thing a week beforehand, okay? And then the following week, they roll him out and say that he spoke to the doctors and the vaccines are safe. I mean, this guy is impossible, okay? And we told people from the beginning, even before he was voted in, that this guy is the spirit of Antichrist. We stand with it because the scriptures tell you the spirit that will be on an Antichrist. The whole earth would receive this man. The whole world would love him, Muslims and Christians alike. He's the perfect guy for this time. Huh?
Yeah, me and my family, we're ready to get out of here. We talked to our kids about it a lot, and they're ready to.
Okay, what state are you in?
Really honest. We're in Kentucky.
What state? In Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Okay, have you been talking to anyone within the church?
We're trying to. In the churches?
No, within our church.
No, we haven't really yet. We want to talk to you all personally, sit down personally, and talk to you all.
Okay, where's your husband?
He's right here beside me.
Okay, what is his name?
Keith. You've talked to him before.
Okay, put Brother Keith on the phone. Let me speak to him too.
Elder on.
Hello?
Hello, Brother Keith.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
All right.
Okay, so of course you and your family is ready to do what it takes to make these moves, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm sure you're gonna.
We've been thinking about maybe making a trip down to Atlanta.
Okay.
About 4 hours. It's about 4 hours from here. So.
Well, I'm going to be in Atlanta next Saturday.
Okay.
I'm going to be there next Saturday for a key meeting.
Okay.
All right. So, but in the meantime, you can partake in our men's meeting, our men meeting tomorrow night. You have the information for that?
I think so. My wife, we usually listen to every time you're on, which try to write down all the numbers. So I think I do. But in case I don't, could you repeat it for me?
Okay. Well, what I'll do is I'll have a brother call you to give you the information.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Now, are you listening to us through the computer or the phone? How are you listening to us here?
Both. So I can hang up and let somebody else in.
Great. All right, brother. You stay strong, and let's get it together.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Let's get it together, brother. It's time for us to stand up like lions.
Right.
All right?
I agree with you.
Bless you, brother. All right.
Bless you. Thank you.
Shalom. Okay, let me put out the guest call-in number. I don't think I did. The guest call-in number is 347-308-8224. Okay? Now, usually when we out in the streets or we out prophesying and talking and speaking truth, all praises to be to the Most High, Hayabashim Yeshaya, we get a lot of pushback from Barack Obama backers. It's a shame that our people are so gullible that they will back someone and don't understand the platform this person is. The average person will back Barack Obama strictly off of his color. strictly off the fact that he's black. I'm talking about black people. And see, that shows, unfortunately, that shows the ignorance of our people. That shows the ignorance of our people to some degree. We have to get over this color thing, and this. I'm so glad that we are the first black. I'm the first black to do this. Listen, folks, that's ridiculous. Look at what we've experienced since this man has been in office. The same thing we told you from the beginning. This guy, we said it in one video in 2008, last summer. We said that George Bush is going to stand it up, and Barack Obama is going to knock the pins down. That everything George Bush set up, Barack Obama is the one that have the guts to bring it forth. And he's smiling. He's going to smile you all the way to your graves. Okay? Look at some of the things that have gone wrong in this country since he's been president. Not to say that it's his fault, because we understand that there's special interest groups and the Zionists and the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers that are running the puppet seat of the presidency. We understand that. But you have to see that this guy have a decision, even though he's a puppet. Some things you just don't allow to happen if you are a moral, sound human being. Since this guy has been in office, he said that he would help the people that have suffered through the bailout. And he bailed out the same cronies and rich special interest groups that George Bush bailed out. The people are suffering. The people are homeless. The people are losing everything. He got all that bailout money, and then he started building roads. Now, how is that helping people? If you want to help people, you'll pay off all the bad mortgages of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and stabilize the economy. I'm not even an economist and no better than that. Okay? Then after that, he turned around and allowed this so quote-unquote pandemic, this fake pandemic of H1N1 to gain legs. He's just sitting back and reading what's on the teleprompter while they're preparing to round people up, while the UN armies are on our soil. He's passing all the laws to take away your right to bear arms. And this, you don't have no right. It happened in Katrina when they knocked on from door to door and was treating people like they were hardened criminals. I'm talking about areas that wasn't even affected by the quote-unquote levees. They had the military at gunpoint going through people's homes, disarming the people in their own homes. So you have no rights, folks. It's over. It's over. This place has been totally turned over to the beast. America is immoral. It's evil. It's everything the Bible says don't be. Okay? And Barack Obama embodies the spirit of Antichrist, regardless of whether or not people respect him or love him, because he's black. All right? I mean, why don't we just apply that across the board? Oh, yeah. We know a serial killer is loose in our neighborhood, but you know what? He's black. So, it's okay. Oh, the drug dealer that's killing our people. Hey, he's killing us. He's knocking us down. He's selling to his own people and making harlots of our own sisters and all that, and he's just selling drugs all in the neighborhood, demoralizing the neighborhood. But you know what? Let's not do anything about him, because you know what? He's black. That's ridiculous. Okay? So, we're saying, brothers and sisters, we need to really look at this thing. Okay? Things are not getting any better. They're preparing mass quarantines in schools. This is it, brothers and sisters. This is it. And the Lord says, and matter of fact, let me read it. I'll read it. All right. And then I'll open the lines back up, of course. In Matthew, the 24th chapter, and the 20th verse reads, "But pray ye." You know what? Let me start up a few verses beforehand to show you it happened in 70 AD. Matthew 24:15 reads, "When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand." That lets you know that you're going to have to be in the holy place when this goes down. That's why and it says in parentheses, "Whoso readeth, let him understand." Like there's some place we need to be. The next verse, "Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains." So those that took heed to Christ's prophecy in 70 AD followed Christ, followed that voice. 17, "Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house." So if you care about your possessions, you already lost the game. Anyone that's trying to save his life in this society, brother or sister, you're going to lose your life. "Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe to them that are with child, and to them that give suck those days." Yes, those that didn't take heed to the prophecies, you had women eating their own children in Masada. Here's a key prophecy that we need to take heed to. "But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day." Now, as you know, as we all know, the airborne diseases hits you around the fall. It comes, they promote it in the spring, it dies down in the summer, and it becomes a pandemic during the fall. So Christ is letting us know our flight can't be in the winter. So we know, brothers and sisters, we have to be out of here before this thing hits. Think about it. It's going to be too late. When you're going to try to get out during the log jam, it's going to be too late. Too late. All right? So let me get back to these calls. We have someone from the 313 area code. This is Ricard Sharp from the Gathering of Christ. How are you doing this evening?
I'm fine.
Your name?
Hello? Chrissy?
Yes. How you doing, Mr. Chrissy?
I'm good. For the scripture that,
Talk to me.
For the scripture that you just read, give woe to the woman with child, is it saying that if you are pregnant, that destroy the baby or destroy the woman, or just then beware and not to get pregnant?
No, but what it's saying when it says woe to them that get sucking that day, you have to realize that those in 70 AD that didn't take heed to the prophecies, it was really tough having children because the food source was cut off. So it was the child would die. They would have the children so hungry that their stomachs would burst. When you read that in the book of the Josephus. And when the children would die off, because of the lack of bread, women were cooking their own children. So this is for people that don't take heed to the prophecy.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
The last thing you want to try is to you don't want to be in a bad place the same time you're having a child. You're not going to have an opportunity to do what you need to do. You have to get safe quickly.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay. So
are you with me? So
yes.
Let me make it clear. Those that took heed to the prophecies and fled, they had children over in the wilderness and everything was fine with their children.
Okay. Right.
All right?
Okay. So
that is a good question.
Okay. So what does it say about abortions? I asked someone, but they were just saying they didn't really know too much about it, but they knew in the book of Jasher that the women took potions. So, like, it seems like that would be a sin. So is it?
Abortions is murder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's straight out murder. It's in the commandment, thou shalt not murder. All right? That child or that whatever in your womb, is the same state you were at that age or at that time. It's a human being. So the law is thou shalt not murder. That's common sense. All life starts with a fetus. So if you kill a fetus, that's straight destruction. And also, it tells us in certain information you can read, like in the Apocalypse of Paul, and I suggest that some people go out and get that if you can get it online or whatever, that the unborn children that are unlawfully killed by their parents, it's like they speak against their parents, waiting for judgment. Like the man or woman that destroyed their child, the child actually pray and judge against the mother and father.
Wow.
So this is spiritual. Now, of course, there's a great chance that the majority of our women, in their ignorance, have aborted children in the past, because they've been taught that. So the Lord say in time past, He winked at our ignorance. So we're not putting this out there, sister, so that people can feel guilt based on what you did in the past.
Right.
But now, there's no such thing as aborting children. That's against the law. That's murder.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. So, that's just what they've pushed on our people as another tool of eugenics to try to stop the elect from coming through this earth.
Right.
Okay? Our children are precious, regardless of what they may say. Our children are precious. All right?
Okay.
You got some good questions tonight, Christy. Where you from?
Detroit.
Okay. So I'm sure you with the brothers in Detroit, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Great. Any other questions before I go into? Let me ask you a question. Are you calling through the phone or the computer this evening?
The phone.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you stay on. All right. I'm gonna go to the next call. I'm sure other people have questions. You good now?
I'm cool. Thank you.
Okay. All right, sister. Hold tight. Bless you.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. We have someone from the 214 area code.
Shalom, brother.
Shalom. This is Ricard from the Gathering of Christ. How are you doing this evening?
I'm fine. This is Sharice. I'm just listening.
Hey, Sister Sharice. How are you?
Shalom, brother. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, sister. How's it going over there in Texas right now? How's your daughter?
She's right here crying. We're coming in the house. We're walking at her. But she's good.
Let me ask a question. What's going down there? What's going on in Texas with the H1N1 scare?
Well, I haven't heard anybody talk about it myself, but me personally, I've been keeping up with it. My daughter's in school. They haven't tried to make her get it or anything, but I'm making known that I'm not dealing with it. So it's not enforced that way yet, but I haven't heard anybody else around me. So.
And you have your child in a public school?
She's in daycare, but it is
daycare.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think the end result going to be if it's a pandemic or they claim that it's happening in your daycare? What happens then?
Then she's out of there.
Okay. It's something to think about because I was looking at because we did do a class on the H1N1 preparedness, the swine flu, the International Swine Flu Conference that they had in Washington, D.C. a couple of months ago. I don't know if you've seen it. And one of the bullet points was school and daycare preparation. Okay. So the problem we have with these public places, such as schools, your teachers or those that are over these particular programs are told what to do, or if your child or any child within the class that day show any symptoms of a cold or what could possibly be a flu. And, cold symptoms and flu symptoms, they start out almost the same. These people immediately have to call a certain number. Even if it's a regular cold, they have to call a number and take the child to the nurse, which is also part of, these nurses in our schools are part of Planned Parenthood and eugenics programs also. So they can quarantine your child. Okay, so these are the things you need to look into.
Are you saying without the parents' knowledge?
Without the parents' knowledge, they can call you after your child have been already quarantined. Yes. They've already prepared to do this, and they can call a number, and then these people, they will turn over all the emergency information over to the CDC people that's over this thing, or the FEMA people that's over these so-called concentration camps. That's what I'm going to call them. They call them temporary detaining centers. And then they'll call you. The school won't call you, or the daycare won't call you. Who will call you is the people that have your child. And they'll bring you down, and the next thing you know, you up in a box next to your child somewhere. So I'm just saying, people that know what's going on are pulling their children out of these public institutions, be it homeschooling or other ways of operating to get their children, even if brothers and sisters have to pull together and set up your own private daycare where the parents take turns taking care of the children. These are the things you probably need to look into, because these public places, they can detain your children. It's on the books. It's law. Okay?
Okay.
I'm just giving you a heads up, and if you don't believe me, when you go to drop off your child, ask them what preparedness do they have for the H1N1. I'm sure they'll fill you in on a few things. All right?
I believe you, brother. I believe you.
Okay, well, listen. Well, bless you, sister. Are you listening through the phone or the computer?
Through my phone.
Okay, I'm going to place you on hold because I know you're listening, and I got a few other people that want to get in.
Okay, then.
All right? Shalom. Bless you. Okay, we got about 23 minutes, so it's been pretty good. We have the guest call-in number, 347-308-8224. I have someone from the 214 area code. Let's see here. Okay, this is Ricochet from the Gathering of Christ. How are you doing this evening?
Is it me again, brother? It's Sharice.
Oh, there you go again. Let me go to the next person. I'm sorry. All right, we have someone from the 910 area code. This is Ricochet from the Gathering of Christ. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing fine.
Your name?
Oh, Sister Shonda.
Sister Shonda, what state are you from here?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. So talk to me, Shonda.
Oh, I was just listening in.
Okay. So what is your take on the H1N1? Let me ask you a question.
Well, I just know that me and my family, we're not getting it. And I was looking into the homeschool thing because I was listening on the class you did with the H1N1. And down here, to do the homeschool, everything, you have to get approval from the state, and it takes about 30 to 40 days. And the supplies that you have to buy down here, everything is so expensive, and I'm not working right now, so I had to put that on hold.
Okay. So how many children do you have, sister?
3.
3?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a husband?
Yes.
Okay, good. Where is he?
Oh, he's here.
Put him on the phone.
He's in the bathroom right now.
All right, good. Well, I'll talk to him soon because I want to talk to all the men. That's why I'm asking. It's time to get it on. It's time to get these brothers together and mobilize. Brothers and sisters need to save as much money as they can and, get it together. And we're going to put a round number out there. If people can save at least $1,000 for each adult and about $800 per child, that would go a long way. I want to say this here also, that I'm going to place you on hold because a brother just sent me a message. I think I need to put this out there. I'm going to place you on hold. Are you listening through the phone or the computer, sister?
Both.
Okay, well, I'm going to hang you up so to free it up for someone else, okay?
Okay.
All right, bless you.
All right.
All right, let me put this out there because Brother Ariaga Bar, it so happened that I have my Skype up at the same time. I'm glad this is working out like this. That's people want to send me messages in between or to help or have some points based on what we're bringing forth. This is the perfect venue. You can also Skype me a message, and I'll be sure to let the people know what's going on. Brother Ariaga Bar sent a message that said that they sent his mother a letter in Houston saying that they require the kids to take it, but it's not mandatory. That's what Barack Obama said. But anyway, yet they are preparing by December, no later than March, until it's mandatory. And I know that's the date they're putting out there, but here's the problem with that. The problem with that, brothers and sisters, is that we have to realize that when it comes to a pandemic or a level 6 pandemic, which we are in now, believe it or not, if you don't believe it, Google level 6 pandemic swine flu. We're in a level 6 pandemic. So at any time the government would like, they can call in FEMA to control everything, and it'll speed up the vaccination dates. So I'm sure what they're saying out there, they're trying to quell some of the pushback they're getting. They're getting a lot of pushback on this, but if there's another big emergency besides that, on top of the swine flu, quote-unquote, becoming a pandemic, they can speed up the date and just make it enforced through the military, mandated vaccines. So I don't care what they're putting out there. I don't care what dates they're putting out there. The Most High say, get up out of here. Okay, these are the same people that told us there was no such thing as concentration camps. These are the same people, you know, that told us that there was no such thing as that the coffins in Georgia were, you know, were coffin liners, and the extra tombs that they're making in Arizona and California, that these particular tombs was just making extra space in cemeteries. Give me a break. All right, we're going to the next person, the 713 area code. Okay, this
Hello?
is Rakesh Shaw from the. Yes, this is Rakesh Shaw. How are you doing, sister?
I'm fine, and yourself?
I'm doing good. Your name?
Danielle from Houston.
Danielle, how are you doing, sister?
I'm fine. I was calling because I wanted to say two things. I work at a school, and
okay.
we are to tell the people that if the kids are sick, and we have to send them to the nurse's office, and the nurse can send them home. Right now, at first it used to be that they had to have a fever to be sent home, and you couldn't come back for 24 hours. But now you just have to have flu-like symptoms, and you go home. You don't have to have a fever. You could be coughing, runny nose, sneezing. If the teacher feels like you're doing it too much, or you know this could be something, and you're sent to the office, your parent can be called, and you go home.
Okay. And you know what? I heard that particular statement.
Mm-hmm.
This is what they promoting on the news, right? And what do you do in the school? What do you do in the school, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a teacher's assistant.
You're a teacher's assistant. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So have you been briefed? So you were in the private conversations on what to look for and what to do, just to make precautions for the swine flu, correct? Before
school started, we went. I want to say 2 weeks before school started, they were giving us papers on the swine flu, telling us what we should do, that we're expecting a pandemic, you know, all of that. I have the paperwork. I have the paperwork right now.
Well, I'm going to give you something that you would probably need to know.
Mm-hmm.
This is an actual PDF from the International Swine Flu Conference. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This conference was from August 19th through the 20th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they had a conference and they had a workshop. That means actual interaction. August 21st, 2009. Right. Now, I'm in the bullet point concurrent breakout session number 12, but all our elected officials, people in the medical field, and the superintendents of schools attended this, as well as choice teachers, okay?
Okay.
And this particular bullet point number 12 is for school and university pandemic planning. Now, I'm going to give you some of the bullets here because they probably didn't fill you in on this. They've given you the company line, but I'm going to show you what they're really preparing for according to these bullets. And if you would like, you can download this PDF and see what's going on at thegatheringofchristchurch.com. All right? The first bullet is train teachers to screen for symptoms and know what to do when students or teachers fall ill. Now, that's the first thing. Now, I'm sure they prepared you for that. That's what you just explained, right?
Yes.
Now, here's the next step that you probably wasn't aware of that your nurse could take. Because you have to see the symptoms, and you have to send them to the nurse, right?
Yeah.
Now, the next bullet point is transport ill students. Did they tell you about transporting ill students?
Nope.
Okay. Here's the next bullet. Identify when to reduce or close down your school. Did they go over any of that with you?
No.
Okay. Here's the next bullet. Effectively transform school facilities into shelters. I'm sure they went over that with you.
Nope.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Continue learning through alternative routes like the web, telephone, mail, and radio and TV. Now, let me tell you this. The reason why they can't tell teachers this is because if the children in your class is a threat, guess who's the other threat?
The teachers in the classroom with me.
Thank you. You are a threat too now. So you think they're going to tell you that they're going to shut you all down?
Of course not.
And quarantine you all? Of course not. So they'll tell you the company line. But this is, so I'm just putting it out there for you. I know they're telling you, and it's amazing that the first day of school, over almost 200 teachers didn't show up the first day of school this year. The first time that happened, and this has never happened before. Something is going on. So, of course, they're not going to tell you what's going on, sister, but I'm giving you the bullet points. And you know what? Your nurse know what time it is because these nurses are set up in our system to process our children through the system. That's what these nurses do. They see if your they've been giving their children Ritalin. They see if your children have any. When your child come in, have a scrape on them or fall, they be reporting your children to DHS and social services. The nurse program is, yes, they're part of eugenics. They're part of the eugenics program, and they're part of the controlling of population and all that. You know, they're the enemy of the children up there in these nurse facilities here.
I had already said that if my children were sick or had little symptoms, that I wasn't going to even let them go to school because I didn't want them to be sent to the nurse office because they go to the school that I work at. And so I said, okay, if they're sick, I'm not going to send them because I don't want them to be having to go down to the nurse's office.
Okay. You have a husband, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and you have, of course, you're a teacher if you are assistant teacher, right?
Yeah.
All right. And you have children that's in public school?
Yes.
Why don't you just teach your own children?
Because as of right now, I'm the only one working.
Oh, I can understand that. All right. Well, the only thing I can say on that, sister, is get ready to get up out of here.
Oh, we are definitely preparing to get out of here. Definitely.
All right, now. Get that money together, you and your family. Okay, get it together because it's about to roll. It's about to be roll time.
And you know,
right.
one other thing that we noticed out here, it's a street called Westheimer out here because you know we're in Houston, and this street is a perfect Westheimer.
Okay.
And this is a perfectly good street. We were riding down it the other day, And a friend of mine asked, she says, why are they tearing the street up? And I said, because they're preparing. The street was fine, but they have ripped the street up and start to lay more stuff down. And I told her, they're getting it prepared for the for the military to come through. I said they're getting it ready for the tanks to come through. That's what I told her, because the street, it was nothing wrong with it. The street was fine. It was a perfectly good street. But they have ripped the street up. I mean, ripped it up, and now they're laying some thick. I mean, it's really thick. The gravel that they're laying down now, you could see the difference on the parts that they haven't put it on yet. How thick it is.
And see, a lot of brothers and sisters don't notice that. And I checked it out today, that they're changing a lot of these middle roads from asphalt to concrete streets. Your highways, they're putting concrete on your highways now. Why? Because tanks tear up asphalt. Watch out, folks. It's coming. It's here. Okay. Are you listening through the phone or the computer, sister?
I'm listening through the phone, but you can hang me up because we have the computer going too.
All right. Well, bless you, sister, and we'll soon see Zion.
Okay.
Shalom. Okay, we have someone from the 424 area code. We only have about 10 minutes, so I'm going to try to get as many people in as possible. Let's see. Okay, this is Raquel Shaw from the Gathering of Christ. How are you doing this evening?
Good. How are you, Shalom? This is Lynette.
How are you doing, Sister Lynette?
Good. Listening in. I've been talking to Sister Carla, and she wanted me to tell you she's in desperate need of prayer for her daughter, Samantha. She hasn't been able to take. Yeah, she hasn't been able to take any solid foods yet.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, one moment. I'll make sure we put out another prayer for her. She's in California, right? How far?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna call her up and see if we can get Brother Royal out there to anoint her daughter, because she needed anointment. All right? We'll find a way. She needed a personal anointment. So we'll work it out, okay?
Yeah. I have been noticing that there have been a lot of cameras installed on the highways. Lots of cameras. Like, I just noticed that there's so many cameras. I was walking down the street. I'm like, whoa, where did this come from? And I have been noticing a lot of highways being reconstructed that they need no construction. So I definitely see it happening. I have one question.
Here. Sure.
I'm thinking about fasting. Like, is there just one thing that you can fast for, or can you fast for like several things?
Well, really, a fasting, when you look at Matthew the 6th chapter, that's really between you and the Most High.
Oh,
so
okay.
You go in your own closet and you deal with the Most High with whatever you want to deal with Him with. It's
okay.
part of your prayer.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So you do that, and you set a time to break the fast, and you agree with the Most High on a thing that you will give up during a certain period. So that's entirely to the individual.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay. Are you listening to the phone or the computer?
The phone, but I'll switch to the computer right now.
All right. Thank you, sister. I only got about 5 minutes. I'm gonna get as many people as I can in.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Good. Shalom.
Okay. I'm going to speed through. I'm going to try to keep it condensed down to a couple of minutes or 1 minute if you can. So I only have a few minutes left. We have someone from the 972 area code.
Only got about 5
This is Raquel Shaw from the Gathering of Christ. How are you doing this evening?
Okay, I'm going to speed through. I'm going to try to keep it condensed down.
Hello?
Or 1 minute if you can. So I only have a few minutes.
Okay, we have someone from the 972 area code. This is Raquel Shaw from the Gathering. Yes, how are you?
Shalom, I'm excellent, brother. It's good to hear your voice again. I'm going to be real quick for you. Just got a couple of things to say to the brothers and sisters out there. First off, many are called, few are chosen. So if you're chosen, you need to have faith. We do not have spirits of fear, but love, power, sound mindedness. So let's, express that, know that, embrace that, and stop worrying about the carnal and material things that are needed. If you're called, you're called. Focus on what you need to do to answer the call. It's time to answer the call. And that's all I have to say tonight, brother.
Okay, bless you, brother. Your name? Put it out there.
This is Brother Kakam.
Brother could come. Bless you, brother. And let me, are you calling from a phone or a computer?
I'm actually on the phone, but I'll go ahead and hang up because I know it's almost over, and I definitely want, anyone else who wants to, uplift us and get us in spirit and in sync as one with the Most High to speak on it.
Well, bless you, brother. We love you.
Love you too. Have a good one.
Okay, we have someone from the 816 area code, and let's try to keep this down. This is Brother Ricochet from the Gathering of Christ. How are you doing this evening?
Shalom, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Brother Shalom. Good to hear from you. Talk to me.
Good to hear from you. Quick point. At my job, I work for a big hospital here in Kansas City, and they had a meeting a couple weeks ago. Actually, it was last week, and one of the things that they had stressed was that the H1N1 would be mandatory. And this came from the CEO. They didn't really have any information in regards to a contingency plan, but they was like, it will be mandatory. And then also our hospital is centralized, so out of all the main hospitals, this would be the actual grounds where they would actually give the flu shots out. The H1N1 shots. So, like I said, they're preparing. They're keeping us basically out of the loop, but we pick up certain information from the nurses and everything like that. So, but like I said, the CEO says that they will be mandatory. So, it's here.
Yeah. It's there. Absolutely. And the company Baxter and all these other companies have shipped out millions and millions of these vaccines throughout all the hospitals through the country. They've been shipping these out since late spring. So you're right on, brother.
Okay. Hey, I got Brother Gedaliah on. He wanted to talk to you right quick. Hold on.
Sure. I got about 2 minutes. Come on, talk to me.
Shalom, real quick to all the brothers and sisters out there. The H1N1 has a preferred host, which are minorities and the indigenous people. And the people that it mostly affects are the Israelites who suffer from any type of blood disorder like sickle cell and hypertension, along with other things, heart disease, all the things that we suffer from. And you can read this on the Associated Press. So the minorities are the ones that are in that.
So this is the Associated Press saying that really the preferred target for these particular vaccines are minorities.
Yes, it doesn't surprise me that they'll sacrifice, very little of their people just to get to us. So, yeah.
Yes, they will sacrifice their own people. They don't care about that. I'll tell you what, I need you to send that to me, okay? Send it through Skype so I can put it up on the webpage.
No doubt. Will do.
All right, because like I said earlier, it's not population control, it's Israelite control.
Yes.
But you know what? And I tell brothers and sisters, at the end of the day, we win, okay? So make sure you put that up, okay?
I will do that.
All right, shalom.
All right, shalom.
Okay, I'm going to say that we love you. May the Most High be with you. And brothers, we're going to have our meeting tomorrow. Sisters, I know we didn't have our meeting in the last couple of weeks, but we're going to try to have our regularly scheduled women's meeting this coming Thursday. I want to say I love you, brothers and sisters. Stay strong. Refuse these vaccines. Refuse poison in your family and your children, and cleave to the Most High and keep His commandments, and stand strong through the day of trouble. Brothers and sisters, we love you, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Shalom.
Man, I know I'm not the only one that go through this, man. I see you, Pharaoh Nevi. I know the whole nation going through this. TGOTCC. Matter of fact, the whole world. Even the Gentiles. Shalom. Seems like every time you try to do right, Brother Jason, closer you get to the Most High. Shalom. That evil one on your back, you know what I'm saying? Daniel Allah, Shalom. That cartel. We gonna see Zion, baby. Crazy, man. First, what you got to say about this, man?
I hear him in my ears every night when I try to go to sleep. Feel like the curse he be lurking, I get saved and he still won't leave. Every day I'm dealing with a hateful, evil serpent just like him. His war is in vain, he'll be slain in the end, Christ when.
Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Most High my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray you shine your Christ plus my soul intake like dough and cake. I'm rolling straight. Then I see the evil tip the red road and snake. The Lord is great. You're so fake to me. Why you wanna take me from my soul and fake? I know my face like a mustard seed. I can move a mountain, throw it up in the sea. Because I believe in Christ, I don't need your advice. Your riches are nothing to me. I was up in the streets, busting the heat. Up in my seats, laid up with a freak. Hitting licks, trying to eat the vibe. Next thing the po-po's cuffing the D. Enough with it, please. Even when I'm trying to fast, he tend me with something to eat. I want nothing but peace. You buzz like a bee. You's a dirty dog like a mutt with a flea. I'm hustling cheese. Got me in the middle with a green just like a cucumber seed. What you've done to me, misled me. Put him in a abyss to see it fall under the sea. I'm running with Jesus, a.k.a. Inside the Most High. Name my higher. Put the devil in the fire. Burn like rubber on the tire. Retire time is files. Cause America's a lie. All religions and the cross. My highness is the highest. I'll be faking in your line. Just repent you be crying for no more. Could it be so sparking the heat? Satan following me. But Babylon I gotta flee because
I'm trying to live my life right. Lucifer won't let me be. Won't let me see. Every time I look over my shoulders, he be checking on me. Checking on me. Patience is persuading simple lust and desires round me. Gotta keep the hate away. Respect my soul and say the Lord don't care nothing about me.
Hashem, give me a sign. Some inspiration, give me some insight. My mind need a lot of motivation. Babylon gave me hopes and dreams, false aspirations. Now I'm running to you for my salvation. My whole life was a lie, and now it's killing me. Lucifer sticking me, and I'm stuck in my iniquity. Been a sorcerer for years, warlock selling many potions. Now I'm hoping to be free before the nuclear explosion. Everything to me that was good has little or no value. I testify about my life, not cause I'm really proud to, but because I did it, and others lie about it. And I'm just introducing metamorphosis, not just mouthing. I never fully met the standards of the beast image. I think I walked it a quarter mile, but turned back around, and that's to rescue my soul and all my childs. Look to Christ in the Most High, rise with the 144 style in the sky.
I'm trying to live my life right. Lucifer won't let me be. Won't let me see. Every time I look over my shoulders, he be checking on me. Checking on me. Patience is persuading simple lust and desires round me. Gotta keep the hate away. Respect my soul and say the Lord don't care nothing about me. Trying to live my life right. Lucifer won't let me be. Won't let me see. Every time I look over my shoulders, he be checking on me. Checking on me. Patience is persuading simple lust and desires round me. Gotta keep the hate away. Respect my soul, say the Lord, don't care nothing about me.